It's on! Yes, we are on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the weekly Disney Parks Talk Live, the show in which we get you up to date on everything going on in Disney theme parks and sometimes other theme parks too. My name is Doobie Mosley. I am the founder of Laughing Place, co-founder of Laughing Place, and the VP of being on your screen way too often. The lady over there is my wife, the other co-founder of Laughing Place.
Hi.
Rebecca Mosley. And the guy down there, Vice President of Southern California Theme Parks, Simpsons, what else do you do? Muppets, Star Wars, of course, and also our newly crowned Vice President of streaming from his car is Michael Celestino.
Happy birthday!
Thank you very much, Michael Celestino. Thank you, everyone. Wishing me a happy birthday out there. I appreciate it very much. I have reached the age of 52, which means if you shuffle all the years in my age, the result will never be the same as has ever happened before. It's a number unfathomably high. Let's get started. As always, we're live. So if you'd like to participate in this conversation, just like it says down there on the ticker, please use the chat. If you know my phone number, text me, send me a message. If you're one of our team, send me a Slack, Gideon, you can send it to me on Discord. However you want to contact us, please be a part of the show. So we're going to get started we're going to get a couple of boring items out the way before we get to the fun. Yes, the Florida legislature met this morning. Yes, they've come up with a new plan to replace the Reedy Creek Improvement District, the kind of government organization that runs Walt Disney. I don't even know how to best describe it, but it's a government organization to which Walt Disney World reports. So they would like to rename it I saw it a moment ago, Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, a number of other changes. Of course, they would like to make, you can read about this on our website. You can read the whole bill on their site. This is really Benji's territory, I'm sure. I am positive we're going to be talking to Benji tomorrow morning as a part of our morning show and getting his breakdown of what exactly this is. But just want to make sure you know that it is out there. This is a big deal for Disney World long term. And if you'd like to go read the entire bill, read our article, it's all out there. Is there anything more you'd like to say about that, Rebecca or Mike? Sounds good. Yeah. We know how to stay in our lane is what I'm really trying to say. And our lane is fun. Benji has no fun. We have the fun. He does the business. Perfect symbiosis there. And speaking of no fun, one more no fun item today. Did you really, Gio? Have a good time with that. Kyle's read the whole thing. Wow. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, Rebecca. I'm fighting you for the comments. Thank you very much, Myra. All right, all yours now. In other non-fun news, Disney World I think this was Friday, they voted on whether or not to accept a proposal from Disney on a new contract that would have given them about $1 a year raise over the next 5 years, would have made one of those raises retroactive, so they would have gotten a lump sum payout. They voted no. They overwhelmingly voted no. 96% of the voters voted no, which if my math is correct means only 4% did not vote no. I don't know if there were more choices than yes, but whatever it was an overwhelming no. So negotiations continue. They've been negotiating since August 24th. I do not know what the deadline is. It's not in the article. I'm not sure if there is a hard deadline. I just know they are still negotiating, and hopefully they can come up with a resolution that makes everyone at least equally unhappy. I think that's how a good negotiation is. If everyone is equally unhappy. I know when we acquired Mike, we spent a lot of time talking to his agent, and at the end of the day, his agent was grumpy, Benji was grumpy, and we figured that must mean we had a good deal. And Mike, it's great to have you on the team.
My agent was just a sock puppet, though.
Did you work with an agent, or did you do your own negotiation?
My negotiation was I wanted to go to Star Wars Celebration.
And you wanted to keep your 5%. So.
I got that way.
That was your number one must do was I need to go to Star Wars Celebration?
Yeah.
And this year that takes you to London, so smart move.
I know.
Smart move. Okay, time for the fun stuff. If you're an LPP fan, whoop, 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 whoop. So Tron Light Cycle Run is in cast member previews. Rebecca, Mike, you guys remember a day when cast member previews meant shh? put those phones away. Don't talk about it. This is just for the cast on the down low.
Yeah, that happened like 2 weeks ago with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Well,
Now that first night, right? Didn't they have them like put it in baggies or stuff like that? They were like, lock it up. Don't even show that you have a phone.
and I was going to say that's because that's not the case for Tron because it's already open in Shanghai, but then I remembered Runaway Railway is already open in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Runaway Railway has started cast member previews. I believe the admonition. No, thank you. Tron Let's Take a Run has started cast member previews, and I believe the admonition is spread it far and wide. Go forth and spread Tron Let's Take a Run far and wide. You can already see tons of POVs on the internet, including on our own YouTube channel. So two of our guys, Jeremiah Good and Mike Mack, got to ride it this morning. Jeremiah is normally here with us, but he was not able to join us today. But thankfully, he has left us a video along with Mike Mack to give their impressions of Tron Let's Take a Run. So in lieu of a live Jeremiah, let's watch this.
So, reaction video time. Tron, Light Cycle / Run.
Forgot that's the full name.
Yes, you have to remember the slash. It's copyrighted. So, I'd ridden it a couple of times in Shanghai. We actually just rode it twice. I missed this. This was 6.5 years in between rides, so I loved it. This has been the coaster I've been waiting for, so my reaction is I want to do it again and again and again. Let's talk to Mac.
I really loved it. It's I actually expected it to be shorter because everybody had been saying how short it was. Didn't feel like it was all that short, really. There was a lot more to it. There was a lot more detail. Like I thought it was just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that. There's a story playing out. There's a lot of fun stuff. You can see it's very efficient. They are running by quickly.
Yeah, you would think this vehicle has a very difficult load, but we were on and off really easily. It wasn't a problem at all. Like Mac was saying, there's story. You really need to pay attention to stuff.
There's a lot of details that you can easily miss.
Yeah,
some really cool effects.
Yes, it will be something you need to ride multiple times, and of course day and night, because here we are under the upload conduit that's just kind of like a giant tarp right here. But at night it is beautiful. We'll have some great photos of it and videos, of course. But here it comes again.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this at night, all lit up and everything.
I love that.
The indoor portion of it, you do get that effect, like when you're going to get outside. So you do get at least half of that if you're riding during the day. But at night, yeah, it's definitely going to be a different experience.
Yeah, and they do have a test cycle outside for anybody who's got questions. They also, the back of each of the vehicles is a bit larger. They actually have a seat, so you can sit down in it. You don't have to ride in the light cycle itself. But out of 5 out of 5 identity discs for me. How about for you?
I don't know what an identity disc is, but yeah, that. Also, I want to mention to the view, the effect in like the pre-show, awesome. So cool. I've seen the videos, but it's so different to see it in person. It's awesome.
Yep. So very cool. Definitely come out, get as many rides on it as you can. You'll enjoy it.
Oh, thanks, fellas. Rebecca, what are your thoughts after seeing that?
I like Jeremiah's Roosevelt's hoodie.
Yeah, I did notice his hoodie when I watched this the first time.
Well, because he's always telling me about how he can't wear layers or whatever because he's in Florida, and so I noticed it was a hoodie, and I was like, let me check and see if it's a Roosevelt, because I know he's been doing a lot of wearing Roosevelt gear lately, so I have to give him some grief over that. But the cast member previews, if you follow the hashtag Disney Cast Life, that's the one that they've been asking their cast to use when they have these kind of moments for the cast to experience stuff when they're doing things that are kind of, I want to say, a perk of the job kind of scenarios. So if you look at the hashtag Disney Cast Life, you'll see it. But looks like a lot of fun. I've never been a Tron person, So it actually kind of is one of those things where, nope, never was a Tron person. Tried the video game once when a bit fan, tried the movie, didn't like it. Took out my favorite parts of People Mover, so wasn't big fan of it there. So just overall, Tron and I don't get along. So I'm interested to see if I enjoy this. I do like kinetic art, and in that way, it is going to improve the landscape of Tomorrowland. So I love it for that. But overall, I'm neither excited nor whatever about this particular ride. So we'll see what happens when I'm actually on board.
Mike, let's hear some enthusiasm.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get on this. Like Rebecca, I've never been into Tron. Even though I'm a child of the 80s, I just always thought that movie was boring.
There's a reason for that. It's boring.
I have friends who swear by it, though, and they like a lot of the same things that I do, so I don't really know why it never appealed to me. But yeah, I think the ride, the roller coaster, should be pretty cool. I'm excited to get on it eventually, and I'm glad that they're doing this. They are letting the word get out there, because it seems like Max said, it was not as short as he was expecting. Like, I think they're just looking for good word of mouth to get out there, and that's what's happening.
And I think it is definitely getting out there. Most of what I'm hearing is it is great but short. So it's nice to hear Max say that's not a bad thing to get expectations in the right location. I'm sure Mac had the impression it was short. Hey, it was longer than I expected. I'm with you. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, dude.
I'm with you. Aside from the ride itself, where they were standing with the coaster going overhead and the screams and the sounds of the coaster was awesome. That's what I love in a theme park. It's creating that environment. And the BGM, you could very clearly hear the BGM too. So just that moment of being with the BGM and the coaster and the screams and everything, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm looking forward to being there.
And I know there's been a lot of discussion about guest accessibility to the attraction, and you talked about it on the morning update. So if you want more discussion on that, you can check it out. But just briefly, while it seems that this ride, you fit into it similarly to Flight of Passage, and that there's a leg restraint in a way as well. And we're hearing reports of people who maybe would be okay waist-wise, but their thighs are what's keeping them from being able to enjoy this particular attraction. In fact, our friend Banksley here on Twitter talked about how he could fit on Flight of Passage, but he couldn't fit on the standard cycle seat for Tron, and ended up in they have a back row seat, this like more of a traditional seat, like the kind I'm sitting in right now, more of a traditional coaster seat. Because on the Tron cycle, you're actually seated and leaning far forward, even more forward than Flight of Passage, for this Tron seat. So he wasn't able to ride in a style of seat like you see him here in the test seat, photo seat. He actually ended up in one of those back row coaster seats. So I appreciate him sharing it. There's been a few people out there who have really been clear in sharing kind of, here's what size guy I am or size gal I am. And here's the dynamics of where it fit in, I was fine with the waist, but I couldn't with the thigh, or wow, really? I was so surprised I was able to totally fit. I had no idea I'd fit, So yeah, I appreciate the clarity they're giving us, because it helps to set expectations, because there's nothing worse than being all geared up for an attraction and get there and be like, what? Like Secret Life of Pets, right?
Oh, yes.
That was the slowest moving attraction I've ever been on. And then it was had the narrow seat.
And he was kind enough to share his dimensions. Banksley's a big guy. He's 6'2", 330 with a 48-inch pants. But like you said, the problem he had was his legs, because that leg restraint really has to go down there, and he's got large calves, large legs. And that's right. Another well-known internet person, Big Fat Panda, that's how he goes. I didn't call him that. Posted his on his public Facebook that he's what do you have? 320 at 5'8", and it wasn't happening for him. But he did assure, though, there was no issue whatsoever riding in the back car, that back car, no matter what, should be fine for just about everyone. But what's nice, go ahead.
I was going to say, but prepare yourself, because with that being the case, you're going to end up getting split from if you get split from your party, you could end up waiting much longer for your experience than, or, to keep your party together. It would be kind of the equivalent of maybe like waiting for a front row at a typical coaster park or something like that, so just keep that in mind as far as, as you trip plan, that if you do have varying sizes within your party, that could impact overall what your wait time experience is like.
And there have been some reports that they will be having more. Right now, I believe there's only 2 of the trains that have those back cars. Some reports that they will be adding them to the rest.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
So
that would be great. Yeah.
From that has been kind of the word going around the Twitterville. I've not seen any mention of an on-ride photo for Tron. No, hard to imagine they won't, but I haven't.
I haven't seen mention of it yet either, Gio.
Yeah. So that is Tron Life Cycle Run. I was just going to mention, because we were talking about size, there's like this whole sub genre of TikTok now of larger people trying rides and filming their experience on test vehicles and such. So it's nice for people like me, who, I don't care, I'm not shy, but for people my size who are more shy than me, to be able to have other people willing to go out there on their own and kind of give them a heads up to what the issues might be or reassure them or stuff. Because I know so many people who would never, ever get in a test vehicle in public. If they have any question, they're just going to turn around and not ride.
Right.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Let's get to some Disneyland stuff. Mike, have you heard of it?
Not only have I heard of it, I have been there.
So Tiana's Bayou Adventure, as I mentioned this morning around 5 o'clock on Friday, just as all the news dumps happen, any stuff that you just want to hopefully slide under the radar, they decided to give some new details on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is weird, fun, weird timing. Have you been able to read all of that, Mike Celestino?
I actually missed this. Sorry, I didn't realize that there was new details.
Yeah, so it's not oh, wow. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks very much. On-ride photo and video. Cool.
Thank you very much, Kyle.
So there's the new concept art they put out, and they've just kind of given some more background. They've released some of this before, especially that event that I went to, that this takes place after Princess and the Frog, and that she has a company now that's a co-op, and where she has a bunch of employees that are part of the community, and she's really kind of a mentor in the community. And they really are setting up Tiana as that person, a mentor, a give back, just a really good community-oriented person, which is nice. And they also kind of gave the conflict of the ride. So Tiana wants to give big thanks to her family and friends and the entire community for all the support they've given her by throwing an amazing party during Mardi Gras season. When it turns out there's been a bit of a mix-up with the party preparations, Tiana invites us to meet her at Tiana's Foods to help with the missing ingredient for the party. That's right. This is a search for the missing ingredient for the party. So, Mike, all that additional information just given to you, are you that much more excited for Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
What I want to know is if they're going to have some leeway, if they want to bring in some characters from before the events of the Princess and the Frog film to exist within this area. Sorry, I'm making a dumb Galaxy's Edge joke.
Now that I get it, it's hilarious.
No, it was poorly worded. I didn't sleep enough. Anyway, yes, I am excited to see what they do. We still don't have a closing date for Splash Mountain at Disneyland, if I'm right about that.
You're right about that.
But yeah, it looks like they're putting some thought into the theming and the story. I think my big question going into this is how many, because that ride has a lot of animatronics, the Splash Mountain version. How many are going to survive? How many new animatronics are there going to be? Curious about.
I am, of course, curious too. I feel like, we have the superstar limos of the world where the guy is clearly that was Drew Carey. But, this ride is already closed in Florida. Presumably it's going to be closing at some point this year out here, and it opens late 2024. I mean, I feel like we're going to be pretty impressed with the makeover they give this attraction.
I hope so. I mean, there's a lot of space. That ride just has a lot of room for story elements, as you know. So hopefully they are able to fill all that up. And I hope it's not just all screens, I'm crossing my fingers they really do it justice.
Do you really think screens are going to play a big part?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. I hope it's on par with Splash Mountain as far as animatronics go and physical sets.
Now, Tony Betty thinks the missing ingredient is paprika. Mike Celestino, when you cook, I know you're quite the chef. What is your favorite little ingredient?
The only thing I'm really good at cooking is hamburgers, and I have only really used salt and pepper in that.
Celestino's secret ingredient is salt.
Okay, can you put up that graphic that you have down there, Dube? Okay, first of all, I hope that we do get a special collection of Tiana's hot sauces with this attraction. I also hope the actual product label is more Disney Tiana fun than the one right here. But I like that they're beginning to tease us with the possibility of a line of original hot sauces. But I will say now, if they do not offer a purse-sized sample of this hot sauce, they are missing a tremendous opportunity. So yeah. So that was something I learned about marrying Doobie.
Well, you know how they used to give you little Ziploc bags to put your phone in at Splash Mountain? They could give you a bag full of hot sauce.
That would be tremendous. Yes, that would be tremendous. But yeah, no, Doobie's mama likes it hot. And I learned very quickly that she never travels without.
She carries her own hot sauce. My mom
carries hot sauce with her, and it's I love it. It's awesome, and I really hope that I will be able to gift her for a Mother's Day in the near future a Tiana's hot sauce. That'll be fun. See, Mickey's my spirit animal. She's with me. Indeed.
I think you guys are speaking the same language there.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Genie Plus, I hope we get some food in Orlando. We know Tiana's getting a restaurant in California. They were changing the French Market. It actually closes in just a little over a week. There have been rumors, very big rumors, of similar changes happening on the East Coast. Not rumored enough for us to mention here, but they're out there. So,
well, I mean, even if there weren't the rumors out there, whenever you have a transition like this occur and you have eateries nearby, you're always going to wonder if it'll spill over. Especially given that the theme of the entire attraction is around food and the community that food brings and the culture of food and just everything. So yeah, I had been wondering prior to the various rumored activities that have been spotted here and there. So
yeah, I feel like it's more like what, not if. It's going to happen. Just what is it going to end up being? Mike, I know you have certain issues with certain foods, but you probably like a good gumbo.
I do like gumbo. In fact, the gumbo at the French Market is available in a gluten-free variety. I've had that a number of times and really enjoy it.
Does it come in a bread bowl?
Not the gluten-free version.
Okay, just checking.
not the
All right. Sticking with Disneyland, so they put out Disney Careers, which also includes auditions. Put out an audition for something for a limited run at the Hyperion Theater, various roles. You can read that on Disney Careers. You can read them here. Female identifying role, 20s to 50s. Voice range there, but what are the ones that are a little more identifying of what this might be? Sorry, I'm not seeing here. I have failed you. But anyway, it got people thinking who would fit into these roles. One of them was a British lady. One of them was a young, I think, I'm failing. I'm sorry. But it got people. Go ahead.
It was a zero to hero type dynamic. It was a scrawny to brawny.
So it got people speculating about what might be coming to the Hyperion. Because clearly something, in fact, we wrote Disney and they said, yep, something limited run is coming. We're not ready to announce what it is. So got people speculating. Do you guys have any speculation?
Gio's hoping it's something maybe for Halloween since they say limited run.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
Now
I'm gonna. Okay, so here's the deal. Because it started off with Greek chorus and it's in the Hyperion, and that has tended to be kind of a place where animated features are realized in musical. People initially were leaning towards Hercules, and then Kyle joked about it being Hercules being part of the Marvel universe, and so maybe it would be Zero to superhero, and so it'd be some weird mashup of Hercules and Marvel. But then we started talking, and we realized that a lot of these roles actually fit that Marvel universe. You've got a British lady, so therefore that's kind of an Agent Carter type. We've just various other dynamics began to fit together, and so the more our team looked at it, the more they began to lean towards maybe like some realization of Rogers the musical, and yeah, so
Seen it.
Wow. Mike's done. Mike, is that where you're going to, or you've seen it? It's old news, and you really want something new?
I really just believe anything anyone says. So I first saw people reporting that it was Hercules, and I was like, okay, there's a Hercules musical coming. And then I saw all the theories about Rogers, and that started to make sense to me. I don't think either would be terribly surprising.
Okay, are you ready for mine, Mike?
What's that?
You ready for mine?
For your theory?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's limited run Halloween, so it's going to be zombies. Zombies Captain Rogers and zombies Avengers.
Okay, that's a great idea.
They did the Rogers the musical at the D23 Expo. That was really cool. I think it got a great response, so it wouldn't shock me if they wanted to bring that to the park. Obviously, that wasn't long enough to constitute its own show, so they would have to expand on it quite a bit, I think. It would be interesting to see what they did with that, and I would be excited to see it. If that's
Kyle ruining my fun with facts that they announced the limited run would be summer. So, oh well.
Do zombies not happen in summer? Toss that out. Yeah, I think Captain Rogers is the most likely thing based on the information we have at this point. I would love if it was some sort of a mashup like Kyle was talking about, but even still, bringing Captain Rogers here, that's a fun thing. I mean, I know Mike has seen it and he's bored already, but I haven't seen it. I've only heard, and it looks really fun and different. And what a way to bring Marvel into the parks in a really different, interesting way. So, and of course, it fits back there in Avengers Campus. That's
wait.
What?
We've already seen Marvel brought to the parks in that way.
Oh.
Spider-Man rocks. I mean, come on.
How could I forget?
How could you forget that masterpiece?
Because I'm pretty sure he came out on stage.
Did you ever get to see Spider-Man? We have it on video, believe it or not. Laughing Place somewhere in our archives has that on video from back when that used to be at Universal, in that tremendous castle location that used to have the Conan show. So yeah.
No, I never saw.
Sally wants the Muppets.
I saw the Star Trek show at Universal Hollywood back when I was probably 12 or 13 years old. My first time I was ever in California. I remember that Star Trek live show.
I was in that. That was one where they had the audience participate.
Yeah.
This is the age difference between Mike and I. He remembers it when he was a little kid. I remember being in. I was a screaming Klingon when the arm got ripped off by the dog. Klingon dog thing. I was a screaming Klingon.
Thank you. I know we have it, but we don't have it on our YouTube, unfortunately. So thank you, Christopher Lord, for Spider-Man Rocks lives on there.
So there you go. So if you want to, if you don't know what we're talking about, you can go check it out there. It is different.
So different. And yes, I hope that Rogers the Musical is not quite that different. You are so right, Rebecca. I bow to the superior intellect and memory. Let us move on to something much more pleasant than Spider-Man Rocks. Also, Mike Celestino, were you one of the people that made the price hike on the lightsabers unpopular? Are you the one that complained?
Well, I mean, I guess in that I didn't buy one at that price. I was one of the people who probably contributed.
Disney-
But no, I didn't complain. But it is nice to see the reduction. I mean, obviously, it wasn't selling enough at that price, so they're bringing. Was it back to 200 now, right?
Yeah, 220 from 250,
Okay.
and 120 down to 100 for the Droid experience.
Yeah, when it's still higher than when it opened. It opened
Yeah.
at 200. Now it's up to 220. And this, of course, was something done under Bob Chapek. And now that Bob Iger's back, the price has come down. So I can assume that this is the first of hundreds and hundreds of price rollbacks that will happen now that Bob Iger is back in charge. So thank you, Papa Iger, for that. And then also,
Okay, inside baseball. When this headline went up, Celestino jumped into the Slack of the LP crew here and says, "Is there such a thing as a popular price hike?" And I just had to giggle.
that is a great headline, the unpopular price hike.
It's so good.
Speaking of price rollbacks, we went to the movies yesterday and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once at AMC, and it cost us $5 a ticket. And
On a weekend?
and it took me like 3 minutes to be like, "Are you sure?" Like we thought for sure they were undercharging us because we didn't buy them beforehand. We were like in a rush, so we just got it. We bought our tickets at the box office, but what a bargain!
Were you sitting
That
in the
is a
front row?
bargain.
No, we had nice seats in the middle, on the aisle where I like to sit.
Are you familiar, Mike, with the big, huge Chapek-like change that AMC is in the process of making?
I'm not really familiar with that. No.
AMC is instituting different prices for the same.
Oh, yeah,
show
this I heard
on
about. Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah. So I'm just curious, as the biggest movie fan I know, what do you think of this?
I have been rooting for the end of theatrical movie going for probably 5 years now. Because of my experience, I rarely have a good experience going to the movies. That has slightly improved. I will say in the last like 6 months, we've had maybe 5 or 6 times we've gone to the theater, and it's been a nice like experience that makes me want to go back more. So I'm hoping for an improvement in that direction, for that trend to continue. That would be wonderful. As far as the tiered pricing goes, I think it makes sense if they can't get rid of those seats at the higher price. So are they reducing the prices of the less desirable seats, or are they raising the prices of the more desirable seats?
Both.
Both, apparently, yes.
Okay.
So you pay less to sit in the front row and crane your neck, and you pay more to sit in the center seats in the middle of the theater.
Okay.
Next to Mike.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, whatever they got to do, I guess.
Mike doesn't care. Mike doesn't want to go to a movie, doesn't want to go to a restaurant. Mike just wants to get in his car and drive.
I just love watching stuff in the comfort of my own home now. And when there's something I really want to see, I'm kind of grumbling that we have to go and see it. Unless it's like a press screening where I know they're going to be very strict about like phone usage and talking, then I'll go and I'll enjoy that quite a bit. But when it's
even if it's like a movie that needs to be seen on a big screen, like an Avatar,
yeah,
I mean, you would rather see Avatar on the
no,
on your
like
home
we
screen?
did have when we saw like Spider-Man No Way Home. That was a great theatrical experience because the crowd was like super into it. They were cheering at all the right parts. They were laughing at all the right parts. You could really feel the communal love and enthusiasm. But I've also had such terrible opposite experiences.
Do you ever go up to him and say, "Look, I'm Mike Celestino. You need to put your phone away"?
I used to go to the movies with my friend, and he would. I don't recommend this or endorse it. He would throw his ice cubes from his soda at people who are on the phone.
I go to the movies a lot. I love going to the movies. I so rarely see people on their phone. That is crazy. Okay. I mean, I do tend to sit closer to the front, so maybe it's all happening behind me.
Yeah.
I don't know it. All right. Mike,
when we saw, just like one quick story about that. Sorry. Yeah. We saw the movie A Quiet Place, the John Krasinski movie, and the kid directly in front of us was literally watching professional wrestling on his phone throughout the movie. Eventually, the guy next to me, I really admired him because eventually he got fed up and asked him to stop. But I was like, I was just, unhappily stewing in my own juices.
Of all movies, too. I mean, that movie relies on, a lot of movies rely on music. That movie relies on silence.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, I may have, I probably, I don't say something to people in a movie theater. I will in other circumstances, but I may have actually said something in that case. That's going too far.
By the way, as Mike said, he does not endorse the actions of his movie-going partner there, and Mickey's my spirit animal indicates why. Okay.
No, I feel like I need to update your video yet again to get that in there. All right, Mike, I got another one for you. So you got this for us. You want to talk about what this is that they've added to the Walt Disney Story?
Yeah, I was at Disneyland Resort on Wednesday this past week for the first day of Black History Month, February 1st, this past Wednesday. And they have updated the pre-show of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln in the Main Street Opera House to include a short documentary about Lincoln's relationship, his political relationship with Frederick Douglass, and their debates and their whole kind of back and forth leading up to, basically, it's in like the last 10 years, I think, of Lincoln's life. It's very interesting. We got the full, it's like a 10-minute documentary. It's up on our YouTube channel right now. And there's a little display there that goes with it. But I thought it was a very nice tribute. There's also some, what do they call it? Celebrate Soulfully displays in downtown Disney that I got pictures of as well.
Thank you for that. And yes, Tony Betty points out it's a National Geographic documentary. So Nat Geo making its way into the parks. Mickey's spirit animal's a fan. Cool. And I really appreciate you taking the time to get the entire thing. For those that can't make it, that's the kind of thing that's really worth getting out there and far and wide. So thank you, Mike Celestino.
Sure. I also, that same day, I saw the new Disney 100 character cavalcade for the first time. We've got video of that. And I shot another angle of the Wondrous Journeys projection show without fireworks that Kyle was very kind enough to put into a side-by-side 2x2, 4 total different views of Wondrous Journeys. It's a really great video. I've been sending it to a bunch of people to check out that show.
Yeah.
It
is a fantastic way to get a sense of what that show is like across the park, because it really does have a variety of images kind of representing the same overarching story from those different vantage points. And Tony Betty, I know, is currently going through footage and cataloging where you can find various of the 61 and maybe 62 feature animation available. Yes, Doobie.
Oh, I think it's 65, maybe 66, but
no, it's I'm
wrong. I'm
maybe
right.
62.
Okay, I'm wrong.
With 62 being Wish, which hasn't yet arrived in theaters, but there was discussion that it was in the show, but we're still unsure if it is in the show or it's coming to the show or exactly. So that's why we're hedging our bets too with the 61, 62 dynamic.
So yeah, thanks Mike and Kyle for doing this. This is just so awesome. What a way to see it, because we know it's different from all 4 locations, and this is just incredible. I'm so happy you guys did this. And Mike, I just wanted to take a moment to say, I've been in your position working at the theme park doing stuff, and it is so easy for me to get lazy and go, I think I've done enough. We're good. Yes, thank you very much, Betty. You are correct, hon. Your ability to just keep going and get it all, no matter how tired you are, multiple days in a row, is admirable. And so you do your job great. I sincerely mean that. You do your job great.
Thank you. I really enjoy it. And I will say, specifically this past Wednesday, it ended up being very worth it to me because I got walked off of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is something I always wanted to happen. And I'm not somebody who would cause it intentionally for the ride to break down, of course, but I did consider myself very lucky that somebody was goofing off on the ride and it got shut down I think it was probably the best part best place to stop in the ride because we got walked out through like most of the tunnels. It was just such a cool thing that I had never experienced before.
Did anything surprise you, Mike? You're a theme park guy. I can't imagine anything surprises you anymore, but just out of curiosity.
I mean, I was surprised that when you get walked out, you actually have to cross the tracks from that point. That was very surprising to me. Otherwise, just very cool to be standing in like the show areas of that ride. Yeah.
So
Did you see the goat?
The goat the goat's at the top of that
Yeah.
lift hill,
Yeah.
which we didn't get up. We didn't get up there. So
he was approaching the goat.
yeah.
That is cool though. That's one of those rides I wouldn't have minded experiencing a walk-off. But famously, I've had almost no walk-offs in my gazillion years of Disney park visits. So Jeannie throws at you. Thank you, Mike.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Good job. Also, Mike Celestino, which this may have been an even harder job than stand up late, walking past a shop full of gluten, but you showed us that the temporary Earl of Sandwiches opened.
Yeah, so this opened. I think we just kind of lucked out because I had reserved the park ticket that day to go and get the Frederick Douglass thing. And I think that morning we found out that Earl of Sandwich was opening at 11 a.m. So I just happened to be there already and got, the opening moment, the first crowd of people walking in, and took photos and some short video of what's inside. And yeah, it looks nice. It looks like an Earl of Sandwich location, but we do know that it is temporary until Porto's moves in there.
That's right. And Earl of Sandwich will find another home, undoubtedly, because it is such a favorite. Let's see. And I think we even have another Disneyland item. Oh, no, but another SoCal item for you, Mike. So I've heard that you've been cutting back on causing trouble at Knott's Berry Farm on Saturdays. You've kept the ice in your cup. And as a result, they're no longer enforcing their chaperone policy on Saturdays. Was this the last day that they were enforcing it?
I was wondering that myself when I saw this announcement. Like, what's left? Is it still in effect on Fridays?
Yeah, it looks like still on Fridays.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I would wonder like why is Friday more of a problem than Saturday? I don't know.
And it could be they want to make sure Saturday is okay and then cut it back to Friday.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I mean, when they put this in for a reason. There was an incident, and they've had other smaller incidents in the past. So I'm happy to see that they are trying to roll it back. They didn't see it as this is something we have to permanently do. Undoubtedly, it also had an impact on the bottom line. So, yeah, hopefully everything goes smoothly, and Knott's Berry Farm can now be accessible to everyone of all ages at all times without a chaperone. So, Mike, please be on your best behavior when you go to Knott's Berry Farm from now on.
You got it.
Thank you. And then we had some breaking news today, and that wasn't it. But this is. Did you see this one, Rebecca? Housekeeping services returned to Walt Disney World?
No, but before we get to that, I was going to say that previously this had been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they rolled it back, and now they're rolling it back further. So, but regarding this is exciting. I'm excited to see that the housekeeping services are reverting to what we would consider normal levels again.
Right.
This is an indication to me that staffing has improved, that they've been able to get the workforce back up to pre-pandemic levels in regards to housekeeping, and also that guests are not as uncomfortable with members not of their party necessarily having to enter their room more frequently. So which was always a fascinating dynamic, but yep, it's super cool to me because I loved the cast members being in able to bring the magic, to come back from the day at the parks and your room is refreshed, and sometimes there's like a little Disney touch. Maybe they position your little Disney toys in some fun way or something. So to have that be more available again, yay.
And this was announced on the Parks blog. And what I loved about the article is the way they really celebrated the importance housekeeping has in making as being an important part of a magical vacation. With some of the touches Rebecca mentioned. Yes.
Yep.
Now, Mike, you stay at a lot of hotels. Are you the kind of person that wants housekeeping to come in every day, or are you put the do not disturb outside?
No, I always put do not disturb. I don't want people touching my stuff.
Sure.
Yep.
I'd rather sleep in my own.
Like the curmudgeon, Mr. Celestina.
Do you remember the Seinfeld episode where George checks in the hotel and he tells the maid not to tuck in the bottom of the sheets because he doesn't want his feet to like. I'm picky about that too. I don't like the way they tuck in the bottom of the sheets. I'm always pulling those things up. Yeah. Once I'm in there, I don't want anybody else in there.
Mike's an 80-year-old man. Wow.
Oh
me
wow,
too.
you too, man.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. That is the joy of going on a trip. Is your room just magically gets clean on a cruise? It magically gets clean twice a day. It's beautiful.
It was
But
fun
I
on
do
the
untuck my bed.
when we did the cruise. It was fun to come back and find the animals. You know, the
Oh.
bolted animals. That was fun.
So you do let them in your room on the cruise?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you opt out of that on the cruise?
You can always put the do not disturb sign on.
Okay.
So.
But I too untuck the covers. I do not like to be cocooned. Are you a cocooner, Doobie?
I hate the cocoon. Well, I sleep with you every night. The first thing I do when I get in bed is I whip up the corner so it goes under my feet. Now I like to have the cover go on the top and bottom of my legs for some reason. I want them to wrap around me.
So
the
you do
tuck
like
is
to
not an
cocoon.
option. But not via the tuck. It has
Gotcha.
it has to be via the covers on top. Going
So
curling
you like a
around my
sleeping
legs.
bag. You like to sleeping
Yes.
bag your sheet.
Yes, I'm a sleeping bagger.
Okay.
But the tuck drives me crazy because my feet need to be free to go up and down. It's very confining to try to kick up. How are you supposed to sleep in this confined? It's almost claustrophobic. You need to be able to, even if you never want to kick, you need to be able to kick. So
I prefer the uncovered. When I'm first in bed for a while, I prefer the totally uncovered feet.
well, that's temperature regulation, right? However much of your leg you leave
No idea.
uncovered, you can. Yeah, fun to be free.
And
all right.
Gio, you know how we were talking about how the mouse keeping would make your plush be fun when you got back to the room? Gio does it the other way around. He sets them up for housekeeping to enjoy. So it's like, here's a little show I've put on for you. So there you go. The other way around. Gio, thinking of others.
And then I
So
expect
Nikki-
them to leave a tip for me.
So Nikki B, if Mike is an 80-year-old man, what is Gio after hearing that?
Okay, wait. Okay, so Stephen is sharing some sad news. I just want to acknowledge it for a moment, but I'm very sorry, Stephen. That's rough. I hope we can bring a little bit of giggles, a little bit of fun into your day to day with Disney Parks Talk. But that's I didn't want to just let that go by.
Thank you. And for some giggling fun, since we're talking about housekeeping, Rebecca.
No,
What's
I
this?
don't scroll up to the cute one. I'm not a fan of this
This
one.
is the cute one.
You
It's a
like
monkey.
this one? Have you seen these, Mike? They've turned towel
Yeah.
animals aboard the Disney Cruise Line into plush you can purchase.
Yeah.
And
I like
but
them.
as Marshall tweeted for us or Instagrammed for us, do not use these to dry. They're
They're
not
not actual
towels.
towels.
They're
No,
plush.
And as of now, these are only available on the Disney cruise ships.
See, Nikki B understands that thing is disturbing.
It's
Yeah.
a monkey in
Element is
sunglasses.
That thing is disturbing.
I don't get you guys, and I'm the first one to be disturbed.
Mike,
Mike, break the tie.
I like them.
okay, so Tony Betty is calling it some weekend at Bernie's merchandise. This is what I
Yeah.
see when I see this. I see the leader of Planet of the Apes with his long flowy robe thing, and that's where I go.
Is that
I wanna
Dr.
say-
Zaya?
What?
I'm trying to remember what the character's name
Yeah,
is.
I'm trying to remember if it's Dr. Zaius or not. Yeah, I was trying to remember his name. It was driving me crazy.
I think it's Charlton. Charlton. is his first name.
No.
No, he's not wearing hammer pants. He's got a robe on. What is wrong with you people? Your taste in towel animals is as bad as your taste in theme songs. SGDB is right up there with the theme song. Have you heard the theme song, Mike?
Yeah, you played it last week.
Oh, we played it last
See,
week.
this guy.
Yeah.
See, DB?
I think that's Dr. Zayas.
See?
Oh, you mean the original Planet of the Apes, not the
Yeah. Because see how
not
like
the
he's
Marky
got
Mark
the,
version.
this guy has the tunic and the beard with the longer hair around his face. Okay, there you go.
All right. I thought you meant the Marky Mark Planet of the Apes.
No.
The movie
I
one.
haven't even seen. I don't even think I've seen all this.
This is most definitely Weekend at Bernie's is what I see, but I like the monkey, and I'm happy these are for sale.
I hope they're on the Wish. We have a cruise coming up. We're in that.
Oh,
We're in that under a month countdown.
it's
Nice.
so exciting. So exciting.
And I'm 2
So-
months to London.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, is it that soon?
Mm-hmm.
And I just found out I might be going to Florida in late March.
Fun.
Yeah, look at me. Ooh, ooh.
Wow.
All right.
Lots of
If you my
travel
spirit
going on.
animal, I would just take the actual towel from the cat. No. Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
They'll
Come
charge you
on.
for that.
So
Oh no. Now Tony Betty's gonna call me out for my technically wrong term. Sorry.
darn dirty ape.
Sorry.
You bums, you actually, man, for a PG movie, it requires a lot of editing to talk about on this show. All right.
What else we got going on? Poor Mike has places to go and things to do.
Well, we're all done with the Disneyland stuff. If Mike wants like to continue his
Oh, I got-
journey,
What time is it? I got like 5 minutes.
Okay.
We'll keep you around.
If you gotta bail because long-winded Doobie's still talking, feel free to let us know. You gotta go.
Yeah,
No,
we're
I'm meeting
cool.
my friend at 5, so
Okay.
Okay. Sticking with the Disney Cruise Line stuff for a bit. By the way, my absolute favorite subject in the world. They have announced that Pixar and Marvel Day at Sea to return in 2024. They're going on right now, and they apparently are a hit. Pixar's new this year. Marvel's been around before, and they have said they will be returning next year. So if you did not get your chance to dance with the T-Rex or get your picture taken with Mr. Incredible, they will be back next year. We've done 12 cruises, Rebecca, and we've never done an at sea. What's the at sea, Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar you most want to do?
I only want to do the Star Wars.
Get most, only.
Yeah. No.
and it doesn't exist anymore, right?
I haven't heard of them.
I don't think there are any set up right now, but I haven't heard that they've officially killed them.
Somebody told me they stopped doing them when the Galactic Star Cruiser opened.
Oh, now that you mention it, I do not think that we have seen them since. I do not know if that is coincidence or on purpose, but yeah. Broken Jeremiah, we have all ridden Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, although Mike Celestino is the only one to have done both West and East Coast.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done East Coast.
Only East Coasters up top row.
And
I like
if you're
it.
at
I'm a
this
fan of that attraction.
if you're at this level of Disney fan, you say both coasts are the same. But if you're at this level of Disney fan, you can like name all 712 differences right down to the star is a different Pantone color in one version versus the other. Yes, I'm talking to you, Gideon. One more cruise item. The Disney Magic has decided that we have enough regular rooms. We don't have enough concierge rooms. So we're going to convert about this many of our rooms from regular staterooms to concierge staterooms so that more people can enjoy concierge level. I believe that is the reason why they do these things. So I never stayed concierge. I'm afraid to stay concierge because every single person says when you do, you never go back. So, but that is news because the Disney Wish is known for having by far the largest concierge section. And now if they're going back and maybe changing some of the older ships to have more concierge, it's already an expensive cruise line, and now more of it is dedicated to the even more expensive. It's interesting to me to see the direction they might be thinking of doing things on the Disney Cruise Line, which was at one time was well known for being very expensive, but all inclusive for everybody. And tiny, it might change a little bit.
Just like AMC theaters. Not really.
Exactly. Perfect analogy. The trees in the factory don't move anymore. This is change number 212 of the 751 that Gideon has noticed on that attraction. Let's see what else
By
we
the way,
got.
Mike, I have to show you the Gideon's created out of like cardboard and stuff. He's created a pinball machine that celebrates the Universal Studios tour. I have to remember to send you a
that's
video
awesome.
of it. It's
It
pretty
is
fun. I think you'd enjoy it.
So cool. So cool. Grand Floridian, we found out today, the walkway from the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom from the Grand Floridian. I think it works both ways, right? You can walk to and from. Am I correct?
Usually, yeah. It's usually good to have an entrance and an egress when you.
It is going to be closing for a bit, starting on February 13th and reopening later this spring. So if you want to do that, get that walk in.
Doobie.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
we're on that cruise. My goodness.
Yay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wow. I'm so excited. We met her at Expo. We love her. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. Well, I'm giggling now. But yeah, that walkway is going to be closed. So if you're a fan of walking to the Magic Kingdom from the Grand Floridian, you've got 7 days to do it, or you're going to have to wait a while. And so, Rebecca, you're much better with geography than me. They added a flyover to the Magic Kingdom entrance. Do you understand how this works? I get all confused.
Okay, so currently when you're driving from SeaWorld down to, I'm going to give this to Doobie in Doobie terms. My recollection is that this is the one that is taking you off.
This is approaching the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Is my understanding.
Yeah.
And it gives you a faster way to get to, no, this is where I get lost.
What does it say? Because I haven't read it in a little bit. So
okay, I'm sorry.
There's another one. So it's the new flyover. So scroll down and read what the interchange is. Because my recollection, is this the one by Crossroads?
No.
Okay.
So aid congestion around the Magic Kingdom. It takes passengers heading towards some of the Disney World golf courses, Grand Floridian, Poly, directly to that side of the Seven Seas Lagoon in lieu of driving up the same smaller road that leads to the Wilderness Lodge, Disney's Contemporary, and TTC. So I think I get it.
Okay, good. So is this the widening that was happening out there by the parking lot?
Yeah, I think
by
so.
The Speedway?
Yes.
All that area? Okay.
And the split is as you approach the toll plaza, you will now have the option to fly directly over towards the Grand Floridian side instead of having to go all the way around like we've been doing for decades.
Yeah. So you'll come south of the parking lot and then up to the Grand, right? Instead of going along and then crossing over. So. And
in true Florida fashion, you can see in this picture Jeremiah got a tourist was not quite sure what to do and just hanging out.
Just stopped in the moment. Wait, let me see. Okay, make my decision and then pull out.
And we also spent a great deal of time both on the air and behind the scenes trying to determine what's the difference between a flyover and a bridge. And I'm not sure.
No, an overpass.
An
overpass.
Mike, do you have any thoughts on that?
No. I just learned what a clover leaf is like 2 years ago. So
you live in LA.
I know. Somebody showed me like a bird's eye view, and I was like, okay, I get why it's called a clover leaf now.
Okay.
That's all it took for you.
I understood the joke.
Oh no!
In Who Framed Roger Rabbit, why the company was named Cloverleaf.
Okay. He said he had an hour. Disney Hollywood.
I gotta get going.
All right, thanks, Mike. Mike Celestino, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Yep. See you soon.
That hiccup he had was the meter saying put some more money in him. And so
right, exactly.
He had to go.
Maybe too long-winded Doobie.
Is that the one? No, that's not the one. That's the one. Exactly. Thank you, Tony Betty. The Flower and Garden concert series has come out. You can read all of those. I'll tell you who's new this year, though. And Rebecca, you can tell me who you like of these people.
I don't remember any of them being like, I need to see them.
I feel
like I've aged out because I listened to music that was of my parents' generation when I was growing up. I didn't listen to music of my own generation. I just never caught, I never enjoyed it. And so now that my generation is kind of and a little bit older is what's doing the county fair circuit, I don't know anything.
Well, the one that stuck out to me, you do know this one. You may remember him as the former head of merchandising at the Disneyland Resort, but Tom DiCarlo is going to be
No.
there March 10th and 11th.
No, it's not. It's not who that is. I mean, that is Tom DiCarlo, but that's not who
No.
you're talking about.
Berlin is
you
going
would,
to
like,
be
you
there.
would be happy to go see Flock of Seagulls, right?
Oh, yes. I would run to see them. That's a joke for
That's a
any Flock of
joke on
Seagulls
some
fan.
song they sing, right?
Iran, which is, I hope they get them going on Cosmic Rewind with Iran, like
That
they
would be
did
fun.
for Conga and Gloria Estefan. Berlin, Nobody Walks in a Lake. I would love to see that. The Pointer Sisters, I'm a bit of a fan of.
See,
we
Herman's
were-
Hermits. That's more the music I know. A little bit of Tony Orlando. There we go. A few more
little bit of
songs I know.
The Commodores, we're presuming without Lionel Richie, or he might get a headline. Wang Chung, closing out the series with Wang Chung. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. So, and Rick Springfield's always good too. Jesse's Girl.
Okay.
You know some of these. Give yourself.
Well, I feel like I can name like a song that they're famous for, but I feel like these are not one-hit wonders. But
They're
yet,
not.
for me, they're one-hit wonders. Which is
Can you name a Kool and the Gang song?
Don't they sing songs where you dance? They did celebrate, right?
Yeah. We
Did
gonna
they
have a
do
good
Ladies'
time
Night?
tonight. Oh, this is Ladies' Night.
Is that
And
them?
I'm feeling right. Oh, this is Ladies'
And see,
Night.
I know that because I used to go with roller.
Ooh,
no.
what a night. Yeah, that's
Once
Kool and the
again.
Gang. That is Kool and the Gang.
It wasn't what I would play on my radio. It was what I would hear when I would go roller skating, because I was hip like that.
Did you roller disco a lot?
Did I roller disco a lot? No. Did I go to roller skating
Roller
a lot?
skating?
Yes.
The rink where you just go around in circles over and over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's fun. I like
I
that. too.
actually was, there was a place nearby where we actually had a gym that would let a lady host roller skating lessons there. And but you had to bring your own
skills.
skates, and you couldn't use them outdoors because then you would mar up the floor. So you had to have pristine skates, and you would skate there. And she would teach us skating, and she would even teach like couples dance and all kinds of fun stuff. And then at the end of the session, we'd do like a performance for families and friends, and have kind of a roller skate night. And some people would perform, and but mostly it was just kind of free skate.
Were you inline skater or?
No, traditional 4 wheels. No, okay, those are my first pair of skates. Look like that, and it was in the backyard on the concrete. Yeah, lots of bumps and bruises from those.
Yeah, see, this is where you adjust the size. They come in one thing, and you adjust the size yourself right there.
Just
Put your
slip
whole
them right
shoe
on your
in there.
sneakers.
Pure metal. Yeah, I feel like we should all be able to sue our parents.
And what a hideous noise they made. It was like the worst.
Please tell me someone out there had to grow up with these like I did. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And we were happy to have them.
And then the next pair of roller skates I got, they had Mickey and Minnie on them.
Oh, see, that makes sense. Were they like Adidas, $120?
Huh?
Were they like Adidas, like the shoes that just came out?
No, they weren't that subtle.
All right, and finally, this will be, I believe.
Oh wow, I found them right
Oh,
away.
you found them? Did you gonna show them?
Yeah, hang on. I just typed it into
People want to
Google.
know
I don't
what
even
you were
know
wearing.
type this is, but look. So there you go. So see, that's what they look like right there.
Oh, those are cool.
Isn't that cute?
That's much better than the ones I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeannie Plus had those skates. She remembers those old metal skates. Did you make Gio wear them too?
I used to have scars from when I was learning to bike ride. That made me think of, because the first place I used those metal skates is also where I learned to bike ride, with training wheels, and I still have scars from the wiping out on my bicycle.
Now I know why these are the skates Mom bought me. $4.
Zip it.
$2 for the trainers. $2. I believe that's both skates. That's
Oh,
cool.
look, they even had them zip it with rubber wheels. I didn't have rubber wheels. I had steel wheels.
We didn't have parents with $7.
So,
Skates don't grow on trees.
did you have a big hill? We had a hill near our house. So you
Yeah.
walk up to the top of the hill, you put the skates on.
That's just asking for trouble. Anyway, roller skating not on our agenda for today, so we will
No,
move on.
sorry.
Oh, our skate. You're lucky, Gio. You didn't grow up on the wrong side of the rink like I did. All right, our final
Those
story
were
today.
backyard skates. Those weren't the ones you got at the rink. The rink had like rubber wheels because you didn't want to scratch
Yeah.
them. These are
You rented them
outdoor
at the rink. You rented them at the rink too. You didn't have your own, right? You rented them.
at the no. I had my own.
You had your own skates?
Because like I told you, because that lady had the gym and you couldn't use them outside. So, so then you would just go ahead and take them to the rink. Ooh, McDonald's.
So while Disney World has some new McDonald's toys, might be a stretch, but they're McDonald's items. Playing cards. We actually had Mike Mack do a live unboxing of these cards. He then, right in front of us, shuffled them. And the sequence after that shuffle has never, ever, ever existed in the history of all shuffles that have ever taken place and never will exist again. And
It's neat. The 4 suits are the 4 park icons. So you've got a spaceship, you've got Spaceship Earth suit, you have a Tree of Life suit, Cinderella Castle suit, and Tower of Terror suit.
Yeah, it is very cool.
And then as you see, King Mickey, Queen Minnie, and Donald Jack. Oh, and Gio got a sticker set for his niece. So it's a variety of things like that. They're kind of paper goods. That's what they're going with this time, right? Most of them, they all seem to be some sort of paper good. Playing cards, or stickers, posters. Yeah.
Memory game, clap game. So, Disney World is now available for your latest Happy Meal toys until the next Marvel film comes out, probably, or something like that. I think that's about it. What do you think of the green PhotoPass people, Rebecca?
I think that it's so funny to look at the evolution of PhotoPass because it's like when they first came out, they wore outfits that were kind of themed to the land, right? Or was that just a Disneyland thing? Because I remember, our friend who got hired into PhotoPass having, the long skirt and the poof sleeve tops of Main Street when she was working PhotoPass, and then you wanted to be able to identify them. So then they started to wear kind of a more a khaki
uniform khaki
photo vest look. Like, hey, I'm on a photo safari, and they'd have the hat, and so you'd be like, okay, now I can find them. But apparently that wasn't enough either. And so now they're in these day glow green, and these are gonna be chroma keyed. Yeah, see, exactly, like Gio says. I mean, so it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if they have a big logo on the back. I sure hope they do, because if it's just a nice green palette back there, it'll be interesting to.
The whole world's a stage.
Yeah. So yeah. But Gideon seems to think it was just Main Street that had the but I don't remember anymore. It's been quite a while. But
that kind of makes sense though.
But no, I like the idea that they're more visible. I hope that this is an indication that people are seeking them out and not finding them and want them, rather than an indication of not enough people are using them. Maybe it's because they can't find them.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting. I know at a recent party, I had a hard time finding the one I wanted because they had a unique PhotoPass opportunity at a singular location among 5 on Main Street. And I got directed to the wrong location 3 separate times and ended up leaving the event without the one I wanted. So, if they start to, kind of do better with that, that'll be cool too. So, just overall, anything they're doing to make the PhotoPass experience better, I'm all for, because I know people really love it and enjoy it. So I'll never forget the first time they did the video thing. I got a pop-up on my phone. I didn't even know they knew I was on that attraction because I hadn't been paying attention to kind of some of the upgrades that were happening with the Disney Plus, the Disney MDE, the Disney Magic Band. I don't remember which system it was at the time. And then I got a notification, you have a new Disney PhotoPass thing on your phone. And I was like, I don't remember stopping my picture with anybody. And I clicked on it, and it was a video of me riding Mine Train. And it was like
Yeah, I
a
remember.
nice little video of like, here's the mine train. Here's you riding the mine train. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't
Yeah.
remember scanning my band or anything. I was like, wow, okay, I'm cool. That's cool. Uh-oh. What are we looking at? Oh, Miss Piggy roller skating. I had a Miss Piggy lunchbox right around this era.
Being on Hills. They sent me this video. What is this from?
And this, I want to say this is Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yeah, skills.
Yeah.
All right, folks. What do we got
but
coming up?
I got my lunchbox back in Great Muppet Caper. So sorry. Yeah, but no, that was definitely Take Manhattan. Jenny jogging with Kermit is what gave it away.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for sharing that timely video clip. Coming up tomorrow, we have our kickoff show. We're actually going to be doing it a little later than normal tomorrow, I think. So ring the bell. Stay tuned for exactly when it's scheduled. I think it's going to end up being 11 o'clock just
Okay.
because of some stuff that might be coming down the pipe, both with us and with Disney. So a little adjustment there. The day before earnings are the following day. So a lot of important stuff happening on Wednesday that we probably will do some previewing of tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Benji on here to talk a little bit more about what's going on with Reedy Creek, as well as the labor situation of Walt Disney World. And then we can kick them off and talk about the fun stuff again. And tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, Rebecca and Becca will be doing Disney Barely Necessities, the Disney merchandise show. Usually on a Tuesday, we also have Becca come on and talk about Pintastic Tuesdays and give us a preview of what's coming up with Barely Necessities. So hopefully we can talk to her tomorrow. And
I am
tomorrow,
so excited. I can't wait to talk about these puzzles. I want every single one of them.
I just saw this
So pretty.
up on our site. And more Disney 100 merchandise. And I swear there's so much cool looking merchandise on the site. I don't know if the merchandise is getting cooler or the fact that I can fit it makes it look cooler to me. But yeah, probably the headbands is not because I can fit it. My head's never been that big.
Oh,
So
and Hallmark has some nice Disney 100 stuff too. I was browsing them today.
your job on Barely Necessity seems fun. Just checking out merchandise. And more fun than Mike's job of dying in the parks. Trying to run all over the place.
Yeah.
Scroll, click. There's a good one. There's a good one. Yeah. And at 7:30 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, we have Disney Trivia Live with myself and my son, which is always fun. We do that every Tuesday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, Gio, save that money so you can buy more photo passes. That's the spirit. Anything else, Rebecca, before we say goodbye?
No, I think that's it. I think we've covered what we need to cover. Super fun.
Fun day. Thanks, Mike, for joining us from his car. I know that's a tough way to go. And thanks, Jeremiah, for at least sending in a video since you couldn't be here. Oh, speaking of Jeremiah.
Oh. Is that how you look?